Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Football Manager 2016, the return to glory with AC Milan, and this is the 11th of December 2016. The Milan Derby is coming up very shortly. We have the winter break also coming up after this, or at least I think this is the third to last game before that. And this is how the league table stands then. We are in fifth, as you can see at the moment. If we win here against our rivals, we will leapfrog the two Roman teams of Roma and Lazio into third place and be just 3 points behind Udinese, who, to be fair to them, well, the second place team beat us at last time out, and I tell you what, fair play to him. I mean, the goal difference is way down compared to everyone else, but that's a surprise. The two black and white teams are at the top. Inter, by the way, are down in ninth here, which is a bit of a surprise. Even if they win, they're not going to be anywhere near us. So, yeah, and there's the bottom, if you so want it. Napoli, dear. 2 points off 18th there. That's not good, is it? So, before we go into the derby, it's time for a minor recap. Just a few games here. We haven't had loads, obviously. I want to do derby, pretty much every derby, or the most of them anyway, at least. We beat Genoa 2-1. We haven't lost since that defeat to Udinese. Genoa here, Bacca scoring 2 goals, and Mattia De Siglio with an own goal, unfortunately. I'll just show you these now very quickly. And, I mean, for the most part, it's going along quite well now. There's been, of course, a few blips, as you'd expect. You know, it's not out of the ordinary, but I think one of the reasons for that is we're sort of in two minds of we've got players here who could potentially be world class who haven't hit their sort of peak yet or nowhere really near their peak because they're too young, but we have players as well who are certainly over that hill now and are not anywhere near being world class again, or even anywhere, yeah, just generally anywhere near world class. And obviously I'm being sort of close-minded with that. You know, I know you could easily say that's how incredibly naive of you to say that many of these players could be world class, but you know, I'd say not close-minded, sorry, open-minded. I've got to be open-minded about it. Don't know why I said close-minded there, but yeah, that's, you know, we're going to see how they go. You know, you never know, they could go quite well in the end. Slovan Liberec again gave us a good game, but we've managed to finish second in the Europa League. This was the one that finished us here. We managed to actually get 3 wins and 3 draws. We drew 1-1 with Crystal Palace at home. Look at that, all home games finished 1-1. So that's interesting. Palace, yeah, topping the Europa League group. I never thought I'd say that. Certainly this early into the save. Ramos scoring and Torres bagging 2. But if you look, I'm not going to show you these goals. Torres scored 2 in 2 minutes. I thought he was going to get a hat-trick here, like a 3-minute hat-trick. But they, Ramos put us in front, and then they pegged us back almost straight away. And be honest, they again took the game to us, but they never really had the quality to really take the lead and go for it. John Stones scored his first goal for us here, and unfortunately it wasn't enough. Roma did equalise. Doumbia with an equaliser 12 minutes before to finish, but Gabriel with a flick on, and there's John Stones, who couldn't miss, gets ahead of Pjanic, and scoring his first Milan goal. Is a £27.5 million player. Delighted with that. As you can see, we played well. I mean, Bacca didn't, but as a team, they did quite well, and it was just a bit unfortunate, really, that we couldn't finish them off. And here's Salah, you know, quality player, and it's so unfortunate. But the ball breaks there. Maybe Stones could have read it perhaps a bit quicker. But what can you do? You know, when the ball breaks like that, it's very frustrating. But I was kind of happy just to get a point there. I think if he'd offered me a point before that game, I probably would have taken it. Palace 1-1, and by Niang scored. However, they have Franco Vazquez, who plays for Palermo in real life. Niang scored. Oh, I want to show you this. Niang scored in the first minute, and this formation was a disgrace. This was a total joke of a formation. I just want to point out, if I just show you the formations here. I mean, look at that. Oh, sorry, don't know what happened there. That is a complete joke. I mean, that's not serious. I just wanted to give a debut to, here's one of our first up-and-coming big regens. It's Franco Massa. He is potentially world class, apparently, and I wanted to give him a game. He wasn't great, but I wanted to play Niang, I wanted to play Ramos, I wanted to play Torres, and I wanted to play this guy, but that was the only formation that could allow it. So I just went a bit ridiculous, put Antonelli and whoever was, and Calabria as attacking fullbacks or wingbacks, I can't remember which one it was, and yeah, it was. To be fair though, 1-1 there isn't bad, especially when you've got such a ridiculous formation. I mean, it didn't matter, by the way. I just want to point out, if you think I'm not taking it seriously, it didn't matter. We'd already qualified. It was a battle to finish second or first, and to be honest, I've found it doesn't really make much of a difference because sometimes quality teams, the shitter teams, as you can see, Crystal Palace, finished top. Prime example. I'm joking, of course I'm joking. No, you know what I mean. And sometimes bigger teams can actually finish second, which means, or first even. Sorry, I've got that the wrong way around. Do you know what I mean? We could get an easy team. Anyway, Torino. John Stones scoring again. And Mbai Niang also scoring an own goal from Ranocchia. That's an email. Sorry about that. Right, here is the derby then. I think it's time to get going. This is the team we're going to be playing. We are going with Diego Lopez in goal and not playing Donnarumma yet. Abate, fullback attack. I'm going to just pull that to automatic now. It is away, so Mangala, Stones, De Siglio, De Jong, Suso. Yes, Suso's playing now. I've got to find someone who can play this wide right position. In fact, I'm going to swap him as a winger, last minute change here. Bertolacci as a BBM. In fact, no, I'm going to change my mind again. No. Bonaventura out wide, and then Baca as a complete forward, and Menez this time as a trequartista. I'm going to see how he goes here. Both have 4 goals this season. No one's really kicked on. Mbai Niang has 5 now, but no one's really gone ahead and gone, right, I'm going to score 12 goals in 8 games or something mad, you know. We're just waiting for that now. So if we go here, time for the derby. Now, we had lost both derbies last year, which was horrible. However, I'm feeling a little bit better this time. Inter haven't been as good. They are also missing a big player here in Maximovic. They still have great players. There's Guarin, Axel Witsels there, Jovetic, Zapata, Zuvan Zapata, Miranda, Handanovic is in goal. So, you know, it's still going to be difficult, but I fancy us here. Let's see how we can do. Ooh, right, I guess this might be a good video to talk about why I chose AC over Inter, because both Milan teams really weren't in the best of states at the start of the season. I mean, they could have been in worse, and considering, you know, we've seen the likes of Juventus, I think, who got relegated a few years ago because of the match-fixing scandal? I think it was Juventus, and someone else, I'm sure it was, got relegated. I mean, look, considering that's happened in Italian football in the last decade or so, that it could have been a hell of a lot worse for both Milan teams. But they were not in exactly the great states that we've seen them. You know, a decade ago, Milan were winning the European Cup. Inter were going to win the European Cup under Mourinho. They went through that ridiculous phase of winning, I think, 3 or 4 Serie A's. So there was a lot of success going there. And even if up until a few years ago, Milan was still winning the Scudetto, and Stones goes close there. But there just seems to be a complete stalling, and I don't know if that's just through Italian football in general, whether that's through Juventus' monopoly, I don't know. But why did they choose Milan? And it really simply was. There was no reason to it, to be honest. It was a pure toss for coin. And Carlos Baca, he's onside, a complete mistake, made a total hash of it, Handanovic there. Really bad mistake from him. Maybe should have held on to that, I think, really. He pushed it right in the direction of Carlos Baca. And that's 1-0 Milan. We lead against the great rivals. I actually was watching the... I mentioned that documentary, I think, in the previous video where I talk about Coppa 19. You do that Derby Days video. Again, I urge you to watch it if you haven't already. Here's a chance for Bertolacci. He gets it all wrong. And he was saying how there's a lot of respect between the teams, and I like that. Coming from sort of, you know, from obviously whose main derby is the Merseyside derby, my own one, of course. And Abate goes close as well. I can appreciate that a lot, because the Merseyside derby, of course, was always known as the friendly derby, of which it isn't anymore, so many red cards and so on. But what they mean by that, of course, when they say the friendly derby, is how it's one of very few derbies in the world that actually allow fans to sit amongst each other. You know, you go to Anfield when there's a Merseyside derby on, there's going to be Everton fans sitting in the Kop, and I know that sounds very strange, certainly peculiar to perhaps fans who aren't accustomed to it, but it's been completely normal, and I think it's probably been normal for years now. So as long as there's never been any problems, I don't suppose. I mean, there's probably been a few, you know. I suppose if Everton have taken the lead and someone's probably jumped up and down and got a bit too raucous, then yeah, someone's probably got their head kicked in once or twice, but you know, so be it. Suso, I'm not going to take Suso off. I was going to change my mind there. No one's playing particularly badly at the moment. Suso could be doing a little more, but I'm not going to change anything. While I was talking there, I was thinking to myself, right, do I need to change anything? And no. Inter have had a few half-decent chances, but so have we. Here's Menez. Miranda on a yellow card there. He can't dive in. Here's Bertolacci. And okay. I need to turn that off because that is so bad. You have offended me. Shoot less often for that. Don't do that again, please, Mr. Bertolacci, because that was appalling, to put it bluntly. Here's Suso now. Can he drive on? No, just hit it straight to the Milan player. He got that wrong twice in this matter of seconds. I think we might take Suso off soon. I was going to do it at half-time, but he hasn't been overtly bad, so I'll give him one more chance. But I mean, we're only 4 minutes into the first half, for God's sake. But here's Hatem Ben Arfa. And, well, to be fair, that was a good finish by Zapata and a good ball by Ben Arfa. Ben Arfa is one of those players who will be okay for the bulk of the season, and then once every season he will give a world-class performance. He always does it. Right, back at trying to go with Juan Jesus. Here's Suso. I know that's not how you pronounce his name. I just call him that because it just sounds natural to me. Also a little bit funny. Right, here come Inter. Good header away by Mangala. Can Bakker get there? Yes, he can. It's one-on-one here. Oh, he's got past him and the Inter defence has come back, but now here we go. Abate to cross it in. Bakker. Bertolacci, I've said to shoot less often, and well, you can see why there. Good grief. Just pass that to Handanovic. This is a really good game, though. Certainly the most competitive derby on this save so far. The other two, really, we weren't in it, to be honest. We threatened a little bit, but certainly this is the most we've threatened in a derby so far. Here's Menez, lovely stuff, and Handanovic. Good save again. He maybe could have done a little bit better there, Menez, but Stone's going for it, and that's going to be a goal kick. I'm quite sure on that. Considering we're the away team, this hasn't been too bad at all. Right, Bertolacci, I thought he was thinking about that one there. Right, Stones with the ball to Bonaventura. And Bakker off the post. Where's Suso on the follow-up? He's nowhere to be found. I'm going to take him off because he's not doing anything, and he's not doing anything positive. I'm going to bring on Kazuki Honda, who can play as a wide playmaker, who's done all right in this role. Here come Inter, though. Stefan Jovetic. I wish Liverpool had got him off City. I really do. I heard a couple of rumours last summer that we were going to be making a bid for him, and I really wish we had. And Freddie Guarin going close there. I think that's Freddie Guarin anyway. Right, De Jong, who has stopped getting himself sent off for a little while, at least. Bakker. We're down to corner. He's got a corner out of that. Considering he was surrounded by Inter players, that wasn't bad. And Axel Witsel, a player I greatly admire, with the header away. Here we go again. Can't quite find her own players at the moment. Bonaventura will try again. Bakker was unmarked there. Juan Jesus had to get there. I think I'm saying that right. Getting serious now. I think I should point out, I'm probably going quite often. I do appear to be going off the ratings. Now, they're always good for getting a sort of snapshot of what you're looking for. Don't always go off them because they're not the be all and end all. But I just want to make that clear. I'm not just considering the ratings and stuff. It's the impact they're having on the game. Speaking of which, here's Carlos. Oh, back. Oh, he's just. Oh, I'm sorry. He's got to score that. No, that's a genuine chance, and he's not taking it. Right, can Bonaventura? He's got to chest that. He had that under. He should have had that under control. Really, he had space and time. And if they score from this now, I'll be very disappointed. He's had another chance to get it back. I think they will score from this. It's just bloody typical. Oh, and Lopez should have caught that. Good defending by Abate. Okay, Menez hasn't been bad, but I want to bring. I don't know who do we bring on. We've got a choice here now: Torres and Niang. Very difficult decision. Also, he's looking nervous, so I think it might be time to take him off. I don't want to bring on Ramos. It's either Torres or Niang. This is a very difficult decision because they're both in decent form. Oh, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Niang. That was just a quick... Oh, hang on, I forgot to change his role. I'll do that in a sec. He is not a trequartista. Torres is a trequartista. Let's have Niang as a poacher. Let's see if that works. I might try him as an advanced forward soon. I got a lot of that. A lot of good stuff out of older players on older games on... former players on the old FM and stuff. Right, here come Inter once more. Here's Jovetic. Oh, Zapata. Oh. Gilt-edged chance for Inter there. So it's a really good game. Here's Bakker. Trying to take them all on. He'd still got it, Bakker. Goodness gracious, if he'd scored that, would have been instant club legend, I think. Okay, one more change to come. Who's it going to be? I don't like that De Jong seems aggressive, and he's already on a yellow card. Don't like that. I'm not taking him off though, because the last time we took off a defensive midfielder like that, we lost to Udinese, so I'm not making that mistake again. Do you know what? I'm going to take off Bertolacci, and I'm going to bring on Ricky Alvarez. To be a little bit more positive here. Now, this is an away game. I don't want to lose it. Rule 1. Here, I'm just going to pause that because I'm going to make a point. Rule 1 of any derby is do not lose. Rule 2 is try and win. Rule 1, don't lose. So I'm not going to go for it. I'm not going to go particularly defensive, but I'm not going to go for it. If we have a point here, wouldn't be too bad. But again, I will be annoyed at the fact that we have lost the lead. However, I'm not going to push for this. If we can get a chance, then great. If not, then fine. I'm not going to risk going forward as we did against Udinese. Right, potentially the final chance here. Kasuki Honda, Alvarez. That's a nice ball to Abate. Chance here, maybe. Honda took, no. Oh, it's going, no. Done it all wrong. Abate. Oh, no. I'm sorry, that's really annoyed me because we should have done more there. They went backwards and diagonally across the face of goal. We should have done more there. I hate that. Whip the ball in, you know. Well, Duvan Zapata, man of the match. That was rubbish, personally. De Jong, 7.2, not bad. I mean, to be fair, the player ratings aren't great. I'm not sure what that says about either the quality or the competitivity of the game, but in fairness, that was a good game. I enjoyed that, so and I hope you did as well. Very compelling viewing. So, not the end of the world, not the worst point ever. You know, an away performance like that. So the first point we've got in a derby, and it's an improvement on last season. That's all I'm going to say. So the winter break is coming up. We have 2 games at home against Palermo. One is in the Italian Cup, the other is in the league, and then we will return with the away game against Verona after the Christmas break. So thanks for watching. I will be back then, probably tomorrow or whenever this video is uploaded. And yes, thank you for watching. Goodbye.